TV and the radio. BSK for your news and updates. BSK for reality show them. BSK the streaming services. BSK network for Africa.
Hello, I am David Vandy, and welcome to the program Let's Talk. And we broadcast on BSK Television, BSK TV Network, and also we broadcast on our YouTube channel. You can also catch us on Star Times channel 200 because we broadcast throughout the African continent. Today on Let's Talk, we're bringing Sierra Leone movies into the fold. Yes, when I say Sierra Leone movies, I'm not kidding. It is Sierra Leone movies. And the movie we're going to talk about today is the Redemption Games. Redemption Games. And I have the producer, who is none other than Madam Hawanatu Kamara.
Greetings, everyone.
That's right. And I have two of our very special actors. I call one of them my son, who is also my superstar, and that is Salim.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
And of course, we have Dilys Do George.
Hello, viewers.
Don't tell your dad I said that. Yeah? Don't tell him I said that. Okay, now Redemption Games, the movie. But before I come into that we're going to talk about, let me start with the actors first. You know, Salim, I want to start off with you. You know, I know you've done a lot of movies before when you were back home in Sierra Leone, and even when you came to the United States, you've been working on movies. But I want our audience here to understand exactly who is Salim.
Well, Salim is the name. Salim Sahid Kamara. Of course, when they hear Kamara, they know he's from that part of the country, Sierra Leone or Guinea. But with the K specifically Sierra Leone. Mm-hmm. So, what people call me Papa Salone because of how passionate and initiative I was and I am to see how I could push the green, white, and blue forward. That's our national flag. I'm also a media personality. I've been into media for quite some time, over a decade. Yes, started with radio, when radio was king. Back home, before the advent of technology, radio was king. I mean, back home, the most accessible means of communication was radio. That's how we actually got our fame from radio. So I started with the university radio station when I was in university, Furabi College, mass communications, Cotton News. That was just after the decade-long civil war. You know, when we were doing the rehabilitation programs, among other things, and then graduated with a BA honors in mass communication before I moved to the BBC Media Action. I moved there. From there, I went to China, studied in China, international journalism and communication, and came back to Sierra Leone, worked for the United Nations as communications analyst before I rediscovered myself and said, no,
now you are loaded. What?
Before I rediscovered myself, saying, no, I'm a media person. So I left and I went for Housemate Salon season 1 before I moved to AYV TV. Started as a TV broadcaster, and also I was actually the one that established AYV Films, and I was the head of it. So yes, seeking greener pasture, among other things. I found myself in the United States here, and then the dream is not going to die.
It's not going to die.
It's not going to die.
We're going to take it on.
We are pushing it.
Come on now, Dilys. Let me hear you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am Dilys Kelvina George, and I can say me not just that cool curiosity we be in corner, but there is this passion and talent that drove me to be where I am today. After my school days, went to the university, but the entire acting started properly when I was leaving high school. I remember since I was young, I always graced the stage whenever we had prize giving or whatever show it was. So when I was leaving high school, we did a drama, and personally, my teachers told me, you can do this. With what you did on stage, this is something you should really think about. So after I took my WAS exams, I'm like, okay, let me give it a try. And ever since then, I've been hooked. It has been one project to another until I also had the opportunity to be part of a reality TV show, Housemaid Salon Season 1, where I bonded so well with my brother here. I knew him before then, but that was where we bonded more. And after that, I had never stopped. It has been one project to another, like I said, and I gave myself into the media. So I became a media personality. I started working with AYV, started doing jingles, started hosting shows, and like I told you, it has been like that.
It's like that.
So now we're here, like Salim said, and we did this one too.
There's no going back.
Yeah, no going back.
All right. For our producer of the film that we're going to be talking about, that is Madam Hawana, to just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Hello, viewers. Again, I'm Hawana Kamara, and I am the producer of this movie. I'm also the CEO of Musa Entertainment, which is a event production company and artist management, and we support small business and community. The company, excuse me, we host our annual events, which is catered towards Sierra Leone, because Sierra Leone is my first love. You know, I live in the States, but the love I have for Sierra Leone is bigger than I can even imagine. So I dedicated an entire gala about Sierra Leone, which is called the Sierra Leone Independence Day Masquerade Ball, which I host every year. And also, I'm a mom, and I love to dance, which is shocking to most people.
Especially me. Yeah.
That's one thing I'm not shy to do, you know. But I'm passionate about the entertainment industry. I love everything that has to do with arts and music and movies and everything. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And yeah, that is cool. That is cool. And you know, when Hawana said I love to dance, when I saw her dance,
Same here.
Exactly.
You can dance?
Exactly.
Really?
Yes.
Anyway,
it's my little secret.
Okay, it's all
That's
right.
out.
But you know, I want us to talk about this film that will be premiered on November 16th, which is a brand new Sierra Leone movie, because I saw that one on the poster itself to say this is Sierra Leone.
Yes.
Don't get it twisted, right? So, Madam Producer, first of all, let me come to you. What actually dragged you into this? I know you've been in entertainment, and you love doing your Sierra Leone Independence Masquerade Ball, and you've started promoting artists that do music. So now you got into film as a film producer. So tell me, what actually dragged you into that?
It's one of those projects that I stumbled upon because Mahmoud was one of the camera videographer at my event, and he was impressed with how everything was, and he gave me a call after my event saying that he's doing a movie and he would love for me to help him. So originally it wasn't to be a producer, it's to help him plan more of like the administrative part. And I was like, sure, why not? He supported my event, and I'm always about supporting Sierra Leoneans in the community that want to do things a little different. So after our first meeting, the second one he called, he's like, do you want to be the producer? And I was like, well, what do I have to do? So after he explained it all, I was like, oh, this is right along my alley. So I said, sure, and here we are, you know.
And we're working on it, and it's coming on.
Right.
Yes.
And he gave you the script.
Yes.
And so tell me, what was it about the script that you liked that made you to even accept that offer?
Well, Mahmoud is very creative, and I'm also creative, but his is on another level of creativity. So when I read the script and I saw how well, first of all, before I even read the script, he said he wanted it to be an all Sierra Leone cast. So that was a sold for me, the fact that he wants to promote Sierra Leone. So when I read the script It was just very intense, and also I've never really seen that type of movie in the African movies. Well, not African, Sierra Leone movies. So I felt like that would be a good introduction for us to have something else besides like the normal, romantic, the normal drama. Let's spice it up a bit with some thriller.
Okay, that's good. So, Salim.
Yes, sir.
Which role are you playing?
I'm playing the role of a barrister with my sister right here in the movie. Not quite intense, but very significant character. Okay. In the very beginning of the movie, and I could not be seen physically right through the movie, but the name James was mentioned from the beginning to the end of the movie. So it's a very significant character in the story.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you were giving that role, how did you build up that kind of character?
Looking at my personality, because one of the things I was very excited about is the casting, because I'm sure that's one of the places we get things wrong in the beginning of productions or pre-production. So once you get that correct, once you get that right, I mean, that's the genesis of a very good production. So when I saw the character, and then I saw how the placement of other characters, all my friends around, and I smile, I say, this is me. A gentleman, a cool gentleman who is well educated with a suit. That's just me.
The man in the suit. Okay. All right. Dillies.
Yes, sir.
You're playing which role?
Fanta, the lead role.
You're playing the lead?
Yes, sir.
So tell me about, you said the passion is there, everything since you were growing up, and now the projects have been coming, and now you're playing this lead in this movie, Redemption Games. First of all, let me ask you, what do you think about the script when it was given to you?
It was an amazing script. It was a catchy one. Like how I said, it refrains. It's different from all the normal stories that you have been seeing, the romance and the basic African dramas. So I when we read it, all of us were there at Mahmoud's, and we were like, definitely we want this script because it's amazing. It keeps you on your toes when you're watching the movie.
And then how did you get the lead role? Did the director just look at you and think that you can play the role? Did you audition for it?
No, I didn't. What happened was when he reached out to Salim and said he wanted us as friends to be in a movie, Salim said, okay, that's a good idea because Dillis is already an actress. Mauzi too is also an actor. Enid has never done this before, but she's goal-driven. And if you give her this script, she'll do it. And he was like, okay, would you send their handles? So even before he came to give me a certain role, he knew what I had done. He went through all my social media handles. He saw videos. He saw things that I've done. So he knew exactly what I was capable of doing. And to fit me in the character where I played the real role was something easy for him to do. He came to an easy conclusion that this one, she can pull it off.
She can pull it off.
Yes.
And then you were given the role. Was it difficult for you to get into that character, or is the character you?
Well, first off, I'm gonna brag like Salim did. People always see me like a learned person. So being a lawyer, I told Salim the other day, I'm like, I don't want to be a lawyer in any movie anymore because people are always giving me lawyer roles. And he was like, because you're stern, you're strict, you can pull it off. That's why I'm like, no, I want them to start giving me other roles. So when they said I was a lawyer, I'm like, oh God, not again. but then I realized that I should just embrace it because this is me, the way I talk, the way I act, there's just some sort of discipline and some sort of like there's a light of law in me that I have embraced it now. It's all good.
You should.
So when I read the script, I'm like, okay, I'm going to play another lawyer again in another movie.
Were you
That's
ever
cool.
thinking about being a lawyer in your life?
Yes, I changed. Actually, I was. Since I was growing up, I always, up to date, I have some family members. Whenever the lawyers are being called to the bar, they'll text me, what are you waiting for? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
So now one quick question before we go to break.
Yes, sir.
Are you a talkative?
Yes, I can be if I'm comfortable with you. If I'm not, I go sit down only go feel say I did talk.
No, well, I'm asking you if you're a talkative because
in
as a
general,
lawyer you have to talk.
I know.
For sure.
And when you were little coming up, were you?
Oh yes, I always wanted. No,
case.
I always wanted to make a point. That's it.
Oh.
So, elect you na teacher, elect you na me mama, elect you na me papa. You go tell me what you get for tell me, but I will make my point. I will make my point.
All right, we're talking redemption games here, and this is BSK TV Network. I am David. And we'll be right back. We're going to take a break. We wanted to look at some of these clips that we're going to show you from the movie itself, Redemption Games. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm here to fix your alarm system.
I got the keys to the big bag blue sea. Let's get it! Woo!
I'm happy I married you.
Better be, because you stuck with me for life.
If you need anything, you make me know.
Actually, I'll be needing your phone.
Why?
What have you done, Fanta?
Nothing.
Where is my brother? Where is James?
What do you want?
For me to answer that question, I will have to tell you a story.
Is this a joke? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
So we're trapped. You saw that? Merry Christmas.
Who the hell is this?
Let's just say for tonight, I am your goal, and you're gonna learn to obey me.
Welcome back. I'm sure you really enjoy that one. Well, if you want to see more of that, you can check it out on November 16th. That's when the premiere is going to come up. You've seen the poster out there. We're going to put everything for you to see. Well, I have all these very special people, telling us exactly about this movie. But let me come to the producer. Normally, producers don't talk much. You understand? They just make sure that everything that is needed is available. Mm-hmm. And so how has that been for you? This is new on your plate to produce a movie. And and I know you've been doing work that entails a lot of financial aspect, but the movie aspect, how are you finding it so far? Financially, physically, how is it working on you?
Well, first, this environment, like planning, is like second nature for me. And now you're coordinating with people who have extreme different schedule. So that was a little bit of a challenge. And also learning some of the things that I don't know. So I'm one of those people, if you ask me to do something, I will do my research to make sure I give the best. And I wanted to give Mahmoud the best, because I've never done it. And I wanted to make sure his project is excellent to the T. So nothing mattered. I was focused. I had to get it done. I had to get the actors together. I had to get the paperwork together. And of course, financially, you can plan to the T budget-wise, but you always gonna run into issues. So that's a given.
Saying you're always going to run into issues. Actors are very difficult people to handle. they can be a pain. So how have you been coping? Because to get all of them, and I saw one actor that I know that, man, he can be something else. You know, even in real life, Mans is a very difficult person. He can be quiet. When you look at him, he's quiet. So how are you coping with these troublesome people?
So we all have our own personality, and I study everyone and know how to deal with them. It's something I've learned. I wasn't always this, I guess, meticulous about that area in my life because I'm quick. I know I have a temper. Sorry, guys. I do. And over the years, I've learned to manage it so well, and it's helped me to be able to deal with the actors. And like I said, my focus was to make sure this movie get done. So I'm able to ignore all the other things that's happening with the production. Of course, I roll my eyes a few times. Who wouldn't? So let's not.
When you are dealing with them,
certain people, not everyone. Some are smooth.
So are you telling me that Salim is really cool?
Oh yeah, Salim is Mr. Cool. He is Mr. GQ. He is, and once you let people know that this is what you're about, this is where you stand, they respect that.
They respect that.
So
yes.
Going into any project that I do, I always like to make sure that professionalism comes first. We can play later. I'm very playful. They don't even know that about me.
Let them ask me, tell them.
But when business is business, we have to go. It's game time. Like there's no need for all that unnecessary headache. You can complain all you want. Well, I really don't care because we have to get this done. We have deadlines.
That's right. We have to get it done. You see, so let me come to you, Salim. I know that we're not going to give the movie away, but I want you to delve into it a little bit. What does a movie like this mean for somebody like you that has been in acting? What the kind of role, or when you look at the whole movie itself, what do you think is going to be the message that people are going to get out there?
The movie itself is about one phone call. Just one phone call that changes everything. Just one phone call. So it's like they said, it's not one of those everyday type of family-oriented stories or dramas that we usually see on TVs and all. So it has a twist. It has a kind of suspense. It's very suspenseful. It's thrilling. It's action-oriented, full of drama, and some kind of love and hate. So yes, it's and
that is common in our community.
Yeah. So exactly.
It's like hot and cool.
Exactly.
It's a thin line,
right?
So it's quite amazing. It's quite interesting. So it's not like one of those stories that you will sit in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Then you know how it's going to end.
No, it's not this one.
Full of suspense.
It's not this one. This one, the first 5 minutes of it gives you a grip.
Ooh.
Even if you want to go and use the toilet will wait. As long as the movie is not going to pause, you have to keep watching it because you want to see every step of the way until the end of it. So that's how interesting this movie is. We went to set, and there were twists, there were things that we are left undone. We had to go again. To get things straight because the expectation is really high. Looking at all the caliber of people that are actually put on the set. So a lot of people have high hopes, high expectations. So
like me.
Yes.
When I look at the people in the cast, man, my hopes are it is up there.
So we really want to match up to that expectation. We are not going to say it's going to be the best in Sierra Leone so far, but we are going to produce something that is going to wow the audience. So we just want people to believe that.
You said you played roles before. How challenging is this particular role for you?
Because there are a lot of emotions involved. Mixed emotions. You have to express fear, anger, love, hate in just a moment with just a particular color. That you had no idea who he is, what he wants, what is he's been driven by. So it was a lot. And there was a time I was on set and I asked myself the question, what if this was real? What if the life of my family, my siblings, people that I love and care about rest on me, on just the right answers that I'm supposed to give on this phone call? Just what if?
Just what if?
What if? There was a time I cried and I had to take myself away from where I was going, because I would have reached a dark place that maybe even the director would say cut, but I'm still crying. So it's that deep.
So when you are on set and you try to figure or look at the role you're playing from that point of view as a family person, and you said, what if this was real? And then you leave the set and then you come home and you look at your family. Does anything cross your mind about the film?
I know, that's what I'm saying. There was a time it just dawned on me that what if this was true? You know, I always get on the phone with my dad. I'm like, how are you? I'm on set and all those stuff. So sometimes I call him and I'm like, whoa, if I have a call and someone says this is going to happen to my father, how will I react? So there was a time I had to forget completely who Dillis was and focus on who Fanta is.
That's right.
There was no Dillis on that set. Whatever happened to Fanta. And I realized that helped me a lot, because this is not Dillis, this is Fanta, and what happens to Fanta stays with Fanta and be with Fanta until the day we go to see the movie. So, yeah.
You know, I like that part, because, you know, when you are trying to play a character, you know, you forget about you as a person.
Right.
And you build that character, especially when it is out of your comfort zone. This is not like a normal role when you say, let me just walk and pass here. This is just me.
Right.
But you are playing something, and you say, let me get myself out of this and stay in the character, which is really, really good. But did the writer talk to you about redemption games? What do we understand when we say redemption game? How can if you say, I'm going to tell somebody about this redemption games, and they ask you, what is redemption games?
So I needed to redeem myself from the judgment of someone that was hurt.
Did Fanta hurt the person?
Well,
Apparently.
November 16th.
Okay.
November 16th.
Okay.
November
I like that. I like that.
By the way, I did not even ask that question. So if you want to know if who hurt who wants to redeem who,
yes,
you have to come.
November
all right,
16th.
You have to be there, man. So this is now I'm beginning to feel it. You know, it's like I am hearing the phone call.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
It's like the phone call is coming.
Yes, sir.
And how, when that phone call comes, tell me the feeling that goes through your mind.
It was, my blood rushed. Fanta's blood, not me. Fanta's blood was rushing, because now there was a particular scene. You know, when you first, it was just, you know, but there was a particular scene. It said push comes to shove. You know, no, he's not playing. No, he's not playing. I have to redeem myself, because this is judgment day.
Wow.
Redeem yourself.
And I get the
your
upper
family.
hand.
Redeem
He
yourself.
calls the shot.
Redeem your family.
Yeah.
Redeem yourself. Redeem every person on
redeem
earth
your family.
that you love.
You've acted in a lot of Sierra Leone movies before, and in Sierra Leone you're a superstar. You know, I call you my superstar. It's not a joke, because I've seen your work before. But with this film, how would you rate what you're doing here right now with what we've been having in the past?
Yes, in the past we've been really trying, although grappling with a lot of things. There are quite a lot of challenges. Challenges are everywhere, but if I'm gonna rate, this one is on another level. It's really on another level. Yes, we've been doing things back home. I mean, a lot of people have been making a lot of efforts to ensure that things are being put in place rightly. but the level of this one is non-comparable. It's non-comparable because the story itself, it all starts with, like I said, with putting together a set of people to do this thing. And it's just like about 5 people, just 5 main people. Put them together and tell them that this is the story. And even explaining the story, you have to explain. The writer did explain the story like 3 or 4 times before even the cast and crew could understand the story, the grip of the story. It's intriguing. It's a story that, however somebody tells you about the story, you have to sit. It's not only about sit. You have to leave whatever you're doing and pay attention to this movie. Pay attention to the wordings. Pay attention to the lines. Pay attention to from one scene to another scene to another scene. Then apparently you will get the story, or you'd have to watch the movie for the second time.
For sure.
I like that. Did you study marketing? Yeah, the way you said all that was a good promo. That's a good promo,
Right.
you know. That is a good promo. Yeah, because we've been doing, like, our filmmakers in Sierra Leone have been doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
Even here in America, we have filmmakers that have been really fighting to make sure we put Sierra Leone on the map. You know, we make our movies to be rated amongst the best. I can remember when we started theater in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone theater was way up there. You know, when you talk about the African region, Sierra Leone was producing some of the best plays.
Yeah, right.
You know, but everything just went down the drain. You know, and we all so many jumped into movies without knowing what they were actually doing in there. But I see things are changing.
Yes, I agree.
You know. So from your own assessment, before I come back to the movie, from your own assessment, what do you think now needs to be done to follow this trend of the way Sierra Leone movies are beginning to gain momentum? It is beginning to gain its footing in the movie industry across the continent.
Well,
not across the world, across the continent.
I think it starts with the right structure, because piggybacking on what like Nigeria, Ghana, they've done when they actually started. I'll take Ghana as a case study, what exactly they did. They tried to put a holistic structure in place, put it in black and white, and ensure that this is the step to follow, this is the structure. I think that is one thing that is lacking, because I could remember that everybody could just wake up one morning and say, I want to do a film. Without any processing. I want to do a film, and then you will just call Abu Saleh Aisatu in one corner and use any type of camera and then shoot a film. So when it actually started, it started on a very fine footing, because I could remember the days of Premier Media when they started with Medmans and other people, the Julius Spencer, the Desmond Finney. When they started those movies, the expectation was so high, you know. Then there comes Deep in the Game. You know, we have movies like Ibrahim Kemolai's State Crime or something. The expectation was really high, and then people showed a lot of interest. That was where we missed the point. From that period, if we had put a structure in place at that time, we would have got it right. But we allowed a lot of people flooded the markets and started making all kind of films. So from the higher expectations, people started making all kind of films, and that lower or water down the expectation from the public.
You see, what you're saying was the same thing that happened in theater.
Right.
Theater was one of the biggest forms of entertainment in Sierra Leone, and it had class. When we were acting those days, the British Council at the City Hall, when you have strict Creole faces like the Dilly Charlies,
Yes.
Raymond de Souza George, Julius Spencer, the late man,
The Raymond de
Dennis
Souza
Nelson
George.
Streeter.
Yes.
You know, you have Sil Johnson, Ahmed Bakar. You know, you have a collection of guys. When they said it is theater time, the whole weekend, theater can be a box office full to capacity, and people go there and learn a whole lot. But all of a sudden, people just jumped into it. The churches, the mosque, everybody wants to do a play, and they have a crowd.
Yes.
When they sell it in the church or in the mosque, everybody comes. And so they have a full house. And then the value begins to drop. The value of the arts, the value of the theater started dropping. You see, so that was the same thing that happened in the film industry.
Exactly.
You know, I could remember, you know, I don't know how you guys were by that time, but during the war, I did a film. The first film, feature film that was done in Sierra Leone was The Great Betrayal by Ahmed Bakar. We did it as a play first, The Great Betrayal of Africa, and then it was shot as a film. And then during the war, I did a film called what is it? Love and Tradition. Love and Tradition was played on SLBS television, and we premiered it at the Roxy Cinema, Liberty Hall. You guys met it as Liberty Hall.
Yeah.
You know what happened? After when people came to watch it, when the film was coming to an end, I went and hid myself over at NP because I didn't know what the reaction was going to be.
Right.
So I was so scared that people are going to come out and start cussing. So I was hiding there to see the reaction of people. And people came out and they were clapping.
Correct.
Say, wow, I didn't know we can do this. But like you said, the structure was not there. The support was not there. But anyway, that is just aside.
Right.
Let's come back because we want people to come and see redemption. Because you know why I brought this one up, and I'm happy the way you responded. You know, we had to bring it up so that people can know that people have been making the effort. The effort has been there. You know, and what the others are doing right now, the momentum is building. It is building, but we have to make sure that we get the structures in place. We get it right. So if you can come in, Madam Producer, this is the United States of America. We're not in Sierra Leone right now.
Right.
Okay. But you have this passion. You want to help. You want to support. You know, what do you think we can do, those of us here, to make sure we start building on that structure? Maybe because we're here, if we start building on that structure, we can also be able to help back there.
Definitely, absolutely. So one of the biggest thing is paperwork. We don't like paperwork. We don't like signing contract. We don't like copywriting our products. Those things are so vital, especially if you're going to want to go to the mainstream. You can't go to the mainstream. You just go do a movie and there's no paper trail. This is America. You gotta have paper trail. You have to have release rights, location. All those things are so vital. And two, if you want to go into these festivals, you want Netflix, you want all this big network to put your movie in, you better make sure you have the right paperwork together, because they will not look at your movie if you don't have those things in place.
That's
you know.
right. What do you think, Delis?
Like she said, I think it has more to do with the structure. Me, I can always say there has to be a standard. We have to come up with a standard of movie that we want. We're not, for instance, there is a level, there's a camera level, a photography level where Netflix need to go below. They don't go, even if your story is nice. If the camera is poor, they're not taking it. So I feel like it's high time we set rules. You want to do a movie, it's okay to be a producer. It's okay to be a director. But these are the standards that you should meet up to. You not for go on set, you pay people a small money, all day you not feed them. Because some of these things too, yes.
Yeah.
People do it in Sierra Leone. In the name of, oh, I want to be a director, I want to do movie, the budget is so low. What you're concerned about is the fact that you want to be called a director. Where at the end of the day, you say if they watch the film, you know, say, what you do so inside 2024. Where even 2019, 2018, such movies were not being produced. So I always tell people about terms and conditions. You want to be a Sierra Leone movie producer? Here are the terms and conditions. Can you meet up to them?
So this is what I'm saying. We can start that kind of work here.
For sure.
That anybody who is coming into the industry, we know that these are the rules that we have to follow.
Oh yeah.
I think something needs to be set up.
Right.
Maybe from this redemption games, and the kind of people that we're working with, people can take the lead and say, okay, this is the structure, let's see how we can follow it. Maybe when we follow it, others will come and say, that structure that you guys put together, can I see it? I want to see if I can use it for my production.
Absolutely.
Don't you think so?
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Yeah, we're not going below the standard. From here, we only go up.
We go up.
They've actually started with the setting up of the guilds, because that is very important. Like if we have a very effective guild, like guild of actors, guild of producers, guild of directors, guild of executive producers, among other guilds. So if we have that formation of bodies set up effectively, I think they are going to get it right. If the guild of camera operators or DOPs come together and say, this is the standard.
Yes, we're not going below this.
Yes,
so you want to do a
this
movie,
is the standard.
This is the standard.
Exactly. So guild of actors, this is the standard. You set all the standards. Guild of producers, this is the standard. At the end of the day, all these guilds have representatives come together and put a paperwork. That would be really fantastic.
So whenever there is a movie to be released, it's going to be on a very standard level. We're not dropping, because imagine if person bring a fine story, you say man no lie. This camera wagon at 4K. We're not using 2K. It's either 4K or nothing.
Right.
So as a producer, as a director, you thrive hard
for excellence.
For make sure say you reach yonder for do am.
Oh, no go just do am so no but just do am.
Manage.
Manage not
Don't take shortcuts.
All right, we're talking about redemption games here, and it's Let's Talk on BSK TV network. We broadcast on Star Times channel 200, and we broadcast to all the 54 countries across the continent. And you can also get our BSK TV app so that you can watch us on the go, on your phone, on your tablet, or on your computer. There is no barrier. It's BSK TV or nothing. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll tell you exactly where the premiere is taking place, how it's taking place, and how you can get there. I am David Vandy, and we'll be right back.
Donovan was found not guilty.
Exactly. Because you tampered with the evidence.
I did no such thing.
About the security footage, it shows that Donovan was lying. His alibi didn't hold up. But you argued that the footage was retrieved illegally and therefore inadmissible.
I have a duty within the law to do everything for my client.
By manipulating the law, bending it to fit your own narrative.
The footage showed that Donovan was lying, but it didn't prove that he was guilty of committing murder.
He was at the scene of the crime. He killed that woman. He was there.
The security footage showed that he left the crime scene before the murder was committed.
Yes. This is how you argue in court. Setting your rich criminal friends free. I have to give it to you. You are very good.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I am David Vandy, and this is the BSK TV network. And now, we want people to know exactly about redemption games, when it's coming up, when is the premiere, how can they get their tickets and other stuff. So let me go over to the money talks.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
The movie is going to be premiered Saturday, November 16th at the Public Playhouse. The address is 5445 Landover
Can
Road.
I come in there?
Oh, sure, yeah.
When you say Public Playhouse, can you say the Public Playhouse?
The Public Playhouse.
Because we want our people to understand.
The Public Playhouse.
Thank you.
The one in Landover, eh?
Yes, the one in Landover, Maryland.
And this is the first time a Sierra Leone event is taking place there.
Exactly.
I can remember I was doing a play at one point. I wanted to use the Public Playhouse, but something happened. We did not use it. So this is a big deal. The Public Playhouse is a prestigious performing center It's a prestigious performing arts center, and this is the first time a Sierra Leonean content is going to be shown at the public playhouse. So don't miss it. Go ahead.
So again, November 16th, Saturday, November 16th, at the public playhouse on Landover Road. So make sure you get your ticket. Tickets on sale right now on our website, www.musaientertainment.net, or you can call 240-229-4743. So when you go to buy the ticket for your for the premiere, you get to pick your seat, and we wanted people to get that experience, right? When you go to a regular movie theater, you go online or you go to the theater, you buy your ticket, you get an assigned seat, and we want people to feel that same experience, because a lot of times we go to events, you know, if you want a good seat, you better go early or do this or do that. You don't have to worry about that, because you already have your seat and you know exactly where you're going to go
Where you gonna sit?
And we have a red carpet because we want to bring Hollywood here. I mean, why not? This movie has class, and we want to set that standard for ourselves. And these actors, the crew, I mean, everybody has worked so hard, and they need to be treated like celebrities, because they are. They're amazing. And that's one thing I love to do is, if you are an artist, an actor, I want to treat you like the Hollywood stars, because you deserve it. You've worked hard. You've earned it. So the red carpet is there for you guys to come. Please
And the
come.
time?
And the time is 6 p.m. So
Red carpet starts
red
at
carpet
6
start
p.m.
at 6 p.m. sharp.
and the movie starts
The
at
movie starts at 7.
7 p.m.
And-
Let me just re-echo that. Okay? Because the thing here is, we know our people. This is happening at the public playhouse. Red carpet is 6 o'clock to 6, let's say 6:55. If you miss that, then you've missed the red carpet. The movie starts at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
And when they say 7 o'clock, it's like you going to the normal movie theater. When they say their movie starts at 8 o'clock, it starts at exactly 8 o'clock. So this is not BMT. This is not going and say, oh, I go work first before I come and da 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 da. It's got to be real serious. Let's take this seriously.
Yeah.
And what Hawanatu said is that when you buy your ticket, you go online. It's Musai Entertainment.
Yes,
Musai is the MOUSAI.
Entertainment spelled out.
Entertainment, you spell it out full. .com.
.net.
.net. Okay. MusaiEntertainment.net. Musai spelled MOUSAI. You can see it at the bottom of the screen right now. All right. Remember, it is 6 o'clock. Red carpet. The movie starts at 7. If you come at 10 o'clock, the movie will be done.
We won't even be there.
We will not even be there because
We'll be at the after party.
Great.
okay.
He just rolled his eyes.
So, Salim, okay, let me first go to Dilys. I want you to look at them and tell them exactly, because, you know, it's nice for them to hear it from you. You are the actors, and you want them to come and see. You don't want people to start coming late and disturbing other people whilst they're seated. So you talk to them.
Yes, so please don't be late, guys. Don't forget, 6, red carpet, 7, the movie starts. The thing I always tell people is, mix yourself with active film. I cannot wait to see it. I know that we have put in so much effort, and it's going to be worth the watch. So I want all of us to be there to watch. And of course, we're going to be there to take pictures, make memories, and all those stuff. So please come.
Salim?
We're going to wow people on that day, because this is purely cinematic style of premiering. What you see in Hollywood is what you're going to get. That's why it's happening at the public playhouse. We know what it took. It took everything in us to take this movie to the public playhouse. We did not take it to another place, because we want to make it purely cinematic. You come with a nice outfit, go for the red carpet, and we have professional photographer that will take your picture. That's for free. It's all part of the package.
So dress to impress.
So dress to
For
impress.
sure.
And immediately after the red carpet, you go right in there, watch the movie. You are not going to waste time. Immediately after the movie, we go for the after party. So everything is just
Mr. Salone
like that.
has spoken. Our big time celebrity has spoken. So you got to understand that. All right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you all very much. It's been a pleasure having you here. And I look forward to seeing this movie. I know that our writer and director, Mahmoud Job, is an excellent guy.
Right.
And he has done a fantastic job with this. I've seen his works before, and I know how good he is. And for you guys that will be on set, to put this movie together, I've seen you guys in action, and I know what you're capable of doing. So there is no doubt. And when it comes to producer, I worked with her. So I know exactly when she says, this is what I want to do, she goes for the best.
Right.
She goes for the best.
That's true. That's true.
She took the Sierra Leone independence to the prestigious and historic Howard Theatre. That's where she took it. So it's not fluke. This is going to be big. It's going to be huge. So once again, I thank you all very much. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you
on
for
our
having
set
us. It's an honor
on
to
BSK.
be interviewed
Thank
by
you.
you.
Thank
All right.
you very much.
Thank you. And all right, well, that's it. That's where we're gonna leave Let's Talk for today. And I'm pretty sure you've had a wonderful time with us. You've enjoyed our conversation. We'll be right back on another day. A very big thank you to my producer and cameraman, and that is Mohammed King Milan Bangura. Till we meet again, I'm David Vandy, and this is PSK TV Network.
Hi, I'm here to fix your alarm system.
I got the keys to the big bag blue. See, let's